is an apex body since the inception of the Naga story. It is legitimate and their anger is also justified. It is not only their anger as the NSF, but also all right-thinking Naga citizens. So I'm sure the government machinery is working to uphold justice to be meted out unto those people who have decided to take law in their own hands. There are many versions that are coming out now, but no version justifies destroying the house or the office of the Naga Students Federation. So Honorable Chief Minister is well apprised about all that is going on, even though he is in Delhi. And I'm sure as he comes back within the next few days, under his leadership, the cabinet will surely contemplate on further course of action. Until then, I think the police, like I said the last day, is taking its course of action towards identifying the culprits. Thank you. During our press conference now, the 9 years of Modi government has been taken into 14 facets of policy making, ranging from infrastructure to foreign policy to social justice. In short, this is the most successful leadership in this country of India after independence, where the story is of serving the undeserved, empowering women, providing opportunities to the youth, and celebrating the farmer. It's a story of New India. If we look at the list of achievements, it would be uncountable. But if we look at just one of the basic things also, from independence till 2014, the expenditure on infrastructure projects was only 2 lakh crore. But after our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has taken over, the Modi government has spent more than 7 lakh crore in the last 8 years in the infrastructure development of Northeast alone. So you can imagine how much is being spent on infrastructure throughout the country. For the Northeast, before 2014, the number of flights that used to come into the Northeast was approximately 900 in a year. It has increased to 1,900. You can see the quantum jump of people who are flying in and flying out, which means that the economic strength of the Northeast has increased a lot. During the UPA government, there was something called the Look East policy, to now Act East policy. From education to healthcare, the facility to the opportunities, everything has increased exponentially. Party in various executive meetings have stood by early solution to the vexed Naga political issue. The BJP party stands in the leadership of our leaders of Delhi, under Narendra Modi ji, our Honorable Prime Minister, to deliver unto the people of Nagaland and the Nagas an early solution at the earliest. To apprise the people of the state and the people of the nation from the house of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Nagaland on the commemoration of 9 years of Modi-led government in the country. The year 2023 marks 9 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government. These 9 years have been dedicated to bring about development which is inclusive, progressive, and sustainable. The government under Prime Minister Modi has been steadfast in its commitment of creating equity and opportunity for all citizens of this nation. Prime Minister Modi has brought the policies of development, Vikas Vad, into the mainstream, making it the focal point around which political discourse and policy action now revolves. Since assuming office in 2014, for marginalized groups, efforts at cultural conversation, and so on, Prime Minister Modi's government has always believed in setting challenging targets and achieving them before the set deadline. This can be seen across sectors, whether it is in vaccination or vaccinating the entire eligible population in record time against COVID-19, recording the nation's highest ever exports in history in the digital revolution which is taking place across India. In achieving monumental targets for rural electrification, in building world-class infrastructure, or in providing drinking water facilities across households. In the last 9 years, there has been a paradigm shift in public service delivery and the implementation of government schemes using the JAM Trinity, that is Jan Dhan, Aadhaar, and mobile. Transformed and well-developed digital landscape. It has removed intermediaries, which we call dalal, and permits direct transfer of benefits into an extended beneficiary's bank account. For a country to prosper, it is imperative that its infrastructure grows rapidly, and the government under Prime Minister Modi's dynamic leadership understands this. The completion of infrastructure projects that were delayed over decades, as well as starting and completing new ones, has been the cornerstone of this government's developmental approach. In stark contrast to the earlier piecemeal approach to development, the Modi government has brought in a culture of holistic development that leaves no one behind. The massive expansion of welfare coverage over the last 9 years has motivated all Indians to dream big and aspire for greater achievements. The expansive and holistic reach of development and welfare schemes has ensured irreversible empowerment for various marginalized groups. It's not real development and has long-term consequences for the human race. This is in line with ancient Indian philosophy, which has always valued nature and environment. Under Prime Minister Modi, India has championed environmental protection globally, emerging as a leader of the movement like environment under Prime Minister Modi's leadership. India is also committed towards preservation and promotion of its rich cultural heritage. The United Nations declared June 21 as International Yoga Day, an acknowledgement of the global recognition of Indian heritage. After first assuming elected office in 2001 as Chief Minister of Gujarat and then becoming the Prime Minister of India in 2014, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has set a new benchmark in reforms and governance, which has become a model for inclusive development, not just for India, but for many parts of the world.
Nagaland TV, Sob Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.